This is huge news. I don't think it's altogether surprising. I think over the course of the past few days, this issue for Lord Mandelson has gathered huge momentum with emails being released, adding to that extraordinary letter that appeared in that 50th birthday card to Jeffrey Epstein. It was clear, it's been clear for years, to be honest, that Lord Mandelson had a relationship with Epstein, knew him, but up until this week, it was not clear just how close that relationship was. And when that letter emerged, and this is a letter in a birthday book that Ghislaine Maxwell put together for Jeffrey Epstein. It's a book that was put together in 2003, so many years ago. That book was released by a committee of lawmakers, of politicians on Capitol Hill, because remember, the Epstein story here in the United States is huge as well because of Donald Trump's connections with him. Now, when that book was published, and I was looking through it the night it was published, three, 4 nights ago, and I was just looking through it in curiosity. It's a kind of scrapbook. It's sordid. It's horrific in places. Some of the sexual language from some of the letters is absolutely awful. And then suddenly there it was, 7 pages from Peter Mandelson. I mean, that for me, and I think clearly for everyone, was a wow moment. He was in the files. He was in the Epstein files. Not, we must stress, with a letter that was in any way sexual in nature, but with a letter that made very, very clear in his handwriting, in Peter Mandelson's handwriting, that he was not just friends with Jeffrey Epstein, but he counted Jeffrey Epstein as his best pal. Now, that was just extraordinary. Since that was published, emails have emerged that have proved that Peter Mandelson continued his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein after all the information about the fact that he was a paedophile came out. Peter Mandelson still kept on that friendship. Not only that, but he said, your closest, I'm paraphrasing here, but your closest friends will always stick with you. And he encouraged and advised Epstein in a legal sense, in how he thinks he could have fought his legal case for everything that he was accused of with minors. So that added to it. And then on top of that, Bloomberg got emails which suggested that he had, for example, tried to introduce then Prime Minister Tony Blair to Jeffrey Epstein because of some business relationship. So, take all this together, Gareth, and I think it was very, very clear, very, very quickly that Lord Mandelson's future as Britain's ambassador here was untenable. It's worth saying as well that there are huge questions for Keir Starmer. There are huge questions for the British government. How did it get to this point? They must have known that Peter Mandelson had this close friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. So why did they think it was appropriate for him to be appointed as ambassador in the first place? I mean, look, I remember when his name was in the rounds, was one of the names being brought up as a possible future ambassador for Washington. There were lots of question marks over his business ties with China, and then the Epstein thing. People would always say, isn't he connected in some way to Epstein? So the British government must have known that this would become a problem, and so it has. Now, the other thing I'd say is that there is no question that as an ambassador, he has been hugely successful. He's kind of the custodian of the special relationship, and over the past, 7-8 months since he took over as ambassador, he has kind of fostered that relationship very, very well. He's done well. Britain is in a pretty good place with a very, very complicated president, Donald Trump. We've got that trade deal of sorts. That's Mandelson's work. And he's was busy setting up the state visit that is literally just next week. So, I guess the British government wanted to get this done quickly and wanted him out before the state visit, because the optics of having him wandering around Windsor Castle with the King and the President, with all this hanging over him, I think it was all just too much.